Flight Boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind Eminent Terry's Moon, Flight Boss Star Archangel URIEL, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucker responsibilities. And right now we're going to talk about what created the industry plant. Now, the industry plant term goes way back, and you know how I'm finna come at it. It doesn't just necessarily deals with a music industry, or this can deal with all industries. So this is for my conscious communities. This is for all the communities, because this is going to kind of give you perspective of how an industry plant was created. And I'm going to off right back tell you that you created the industry plant. Yeah, you, person who watching this, you created the industry plant, and you created it by your way of planting seeds, but not knowing whose farm you're planting seeds in. Now, before we get into this, we have to understand a few things first. This is what we're gonna have to understand. We gotta understand the concept of planting seeds in the first place. Then we gotta understand what's an industry. And then we're gonna put the two and two together so you can know what's actually going on. So first, let's get into what is actually planting a seed. Now, we know when you plant a seed, something grows out of it, but it does that in many different dimensions. So to formulate a seed and to get it ready to germinate and for it to grow, a seed is like a thought, an idea, a concept. Now, many people have seeds they don't use. Now, putting a seed in the void, or putting it, I like to call it the rainbow waters, that's watering a seed. That's actually adding expression, adding emotion, adding feelings, adding experience to that thought and idea. So if you constantly got an idea in your mind, but you never expressing it, you never add no emotions or feelings to it, then you're not watering or germinating that seed. So you're not planting that seed. That seed, you got a bunch of seeds coming and going. You see what I'm saying? They're not growing. So I like to say planting seeds is having an idea and thought, putting it in a void, a realm, a womb, of a place of darkness. That's the place of your imagination. Then the place of your imagination is your subconscious. That's tied to the vibration. So if the seed would be a frequency, you put it in some type of vibration. You put it in a realm under some fluid. You add your own waters to it, your emotions and feelings and your expressions. So that's watering the seed. And we all know when you water a seed and nurture it and care for it, it grows. So whatever idea that you're nurturing and caring for, the more you experience it, the more you express it in certain avenues, in certain ways and shapes and forms, you can see it grow and start to take shape and form into the realm of reality or the dimension that you in. So that's planting a seed. Now, what is an industry? Now, an industry is like, we all know when a bunch of organisms come together, it can create an organ, and that organ is a part of an organization, and that organization is what holds a system. So an industry is something that you're going into. So an industry is something like dealing with economics, or something that's dealing with the withholding of a process. So if we're in some type of system or in some type of process, whatever's done to withhold and to keep that process going will be called an industry. So you know, industry, we got a lot of different industries. You got the business, music industry, the business industry, the iron industry, the politic industry, all kind of industries. See what I'm saying? So now we're gonna get into why I say you created the industry plant. You know what I'm saying? Because now we have to bring the two together. Now, to understand why it's your fault, why there's even a such thing or a concept or a spirit to create an experience where you may even see something being an industry plant or something having that concept, is because of this. Now, you're in society right now, right? And in a type of system that there's already certain laws, or there's already certain systems out there for you to apply yourself to in order for you to feel comfortable, or in order for you to feel stable. You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of these things that you have to do, 9 times out of 10, you have to compromise something that's compromise something that you genuinely want to do, or compromise something that your spiritual path to a certain degree. AKA, for an example, if you want some money, you know that the system that this society had put for you to make some money is to get a job. So when you get a job, what are you doing? You are sacrificing time. So you are sacrificing your own time, and you are compromising things that you will be doing in that time to be doing that in order to gain the receiving or the benefits that you think you're receiving out of that system, aka the job or wherever you're working at. So you see now you're starting to see what I'm saying now. So instead of you taking the time doing what you would genuinely do, you would come up with a bunch of compromises and excuses to not doing that based upon what you're obligated to do, based upon your location and the society and the economic system that's dealing with that society. You see what I'm saying? So that prevents you. AKA, you might got you might want to be the next big guitar player. You see what I'm saying? But say you feel like you are a normal average person because you look at your friend who don't care about any of that, and they just go out and do their dreams. Now you see them stumbling and falling. You see their parents always telling them that they ain't shit. They getting kicked out left or right, and their dreams is not working. Now you, on the other hand, is doing something in society that makes you feel comfortable, aka you have a job, but that job makes you sacrifice your time to your spiritual path, which is playing guitar, which you don't know. You might make it a lot faster than your friend, but you're not even in that concept of clairvoyance of outlook because you feel comfortable, and then you already in perceptions of how that experience make you feel. That experience make you feel like your friend ain't shit. You see what I'm saying? Because you feel like you're sustaining yourself in some type of way based upon how society placed upon you. So you feel comfortable, and these excuses feel like they're gratified, or they feel like they're acceptable. So it's almost like you got an excuse, or you got acceptable excuses to not going where your spirit is leading you to. You got acceptable excuses to not going for your dreams. You got acceptable excuses for sacrificing your time based upon what society is putting you in, right? Now, check this out. Now, you know your thoughts and feelings are not truly yours. The only ones that's yours is the ones that when you receive these thoughts and feelings, and then the friction and the bouncing off that you give. That's your true thoughts and feelings. So we know that by understanding that concept, we know that you may not be the first person that's thinking about what you're thinking about. So just think about all the things and the energetic gases that you put out in the world, because they go somewhere. Like you would say that you can't weigh your thoughts, or you can't weigh your emotions, right? And then you would say that that's supernatural. But then you got scientists who would say, nah, it's part of the natural world, but it's part of a super part of the natural world. So everybody's superstitious. It's just how much you superstitious is going to dictate your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? The higher superstition level you are, the faster you're going to manifest your manifestations, to the point that every time you turn your neck, you're going to be able to correlate your superstition to what you believe in. Then the lower superstition you are, then you may not see your beliefs manifest that fast. AKA, if you are a preacher but you're not superstitious, you may be doing it for practical reasons. So you're not aware of all the spiritual stuff that can happen to you by you leading people, by preaching and leading people in that way. You see what I'm saying? Without you telling the full truth. Now, when we talk about an industry plant, now just look at it like this. Think about all the thoughts that you woulda, shoulda, coulda. All those thoughts like, oh, I would have did this, but I got to do this right now. Like all the things you would have did, but you don't do it based upon your circumstance and situation, right? And the people, places, and things that you're around. Now, you think energy can't be destroyed. It can only be reciprocated and transformed. So that goes to a specific location and place. So for an example, you got all these thoughts of stuff that you would do, but you don't do it based upon what you're involved in because of society, as I explained it. Those thoughts and those feelings that you gave those thoughts, those planting seeds. But since you're not the one who's watering them seeds, that energetic force goes somewhere. Now, since you know for a fact that you're not the only one who have these kind of thoughts, other people, there's like billions of people in the world who have similar thoughts. That goes to a specific location in space, in the astral realm. Now, to know the direction to go to see where is that at, you got to have these ideas, and to travel there, you got to feel that certain way. Then you will know what area and location that all that energy is accumulating in the astral realm. Now, at this point, this is just a bunch of free energy. Because everybody is in the country, everybody is in society, so everybody got a bunch of, oh, I would have did this, but I can't do that. So think about it like this. Let's go to a specific thing. Say you are a person who, let's just make up cutting hair, right? Or you're a female starting a beauty salon, right? Now, you're in a society that everybody had these kind of ideas, but nobody actually followed through with it based upon the society and the circumstances and situation. So all the excuses that men and females have about starting a beauty salon would all that go into an etheric gas. Now, the idea is the frequency, so that's the direction you need to follow to see where it's at in the astral realm, and the feelings and the emotions of how people will feel if they accomplish that. That's how you move in that direction and find where that's at. Now, all that is free energy right now, because nobody cut hair or nobody started a beauty salon yet, right? Based upon their circumstance and their situation and what society had made them to believe the obstacles they got to go through in order to do this. So now all that is free energy right now. Now you got occultists and elites that know about astrology, that know about what I'm talking about, that know about occult energy and energetic forces and things of that nature. So they know, just like I know, that this is a bunch of free ass energy that nobody is tapping into and using yet, because they up under our system and they don't know how to be themselves or free themselves in order to tap in a little bit of the energy that they didn't gave to. So right now, this is a big ass spirit bomb flowing in a Pacific astral realm location right now in space that can be tapped into. Now, since all of y'all created that big ass spirit bomb, here's when the industry plant comes into play. Now, you got a certain industry that's going to be created right now, right? Let's say cutting hair in the beauty salon, right? Now, none of y'all have did it, but all y'all gave y'all etheric gases and ideas to doing that, but y'all never even shared the experience. So that's just a big ass space right there, spirit bomb waiting to be accessed. Now, what the industry person is going to do is they're going to have this idea, and since they already into occult, they already into Archangel Uriel videos and things of that nature, what they going to do is they're going to go get someone who has little to no morals at all and willing to do anything in order to feel comfortable in the society that's already created for you. So they go get this person, right? And then they make this person the shape and form of that energetic spirit bomb that nobody tapped into. That was just free energy. So now this person is the shape and form of that seed that all y'all planted, that all y'all participated in. Now, no one truly wins. Y'all who created the seed didn't win. The person who planned the shape and form of the growth of that seed is not winning. The only person who truly won was the industry and the people who's running that industry, because of what? They had esoteric, occult, Uriel knowledge. See what I'm saying? Now, the person that's planning the shape and form, right? This is an industry plant. Now, this person is going to be allowed and have open access to being able to be the first person that everybody give praise to the person created, the first person who cut hair and created a beauty salon. See what I'm saying? Now, this person got all that spirit force. Now, you going to be at home on the internet like, I had that idea before, only if I would have did that. Oh, this person is just like me. This person must be in my spirit group. Oh, this person looks just like me. But this person did something I never. You're going to have all these thoughts, creating a whole nother spirit bomb. But for the most part, I'm getting you to understand how the ball gets rolling. Now you at home looking at, oh, this person just did this. I swear I always had these ideas. And then you start to accumulate and add more mass to this industry plant by you going to conversate with your family and friends about, remember we used to talk about this? We would have did this. Remember that? We had this idea. Or then, you know what I'm saying? Then only thing that's generating is more mass to that light source of which you created in the first place as y'all collective. Then the industry go get this industry plant, go get this person to little to no morals to play the shape and form of that energy. Now it's going to get paid a lot of attention to because it was on all y'all thoughts, but none of y'all had the courage to be yourselves and go follow through with something based upon the location and the society that y'all placed in and the people, places, and things that y'all are surrounded in. Because, see, doing things that's truly yourself and your spiritual path is always going to throw you in an uncomfortable situation. It's always going to make you feel comfortable. See, when you start to feel too comfortable, that's when you really start to need to start questioning things. See, are you being too relatable? Are you not questioning enough? Are you not being your true self? Because the only time you can be comfortable is when you already accept the pattern. And if you already understand that someone else accept your pattern from you, then in order for you to feel comfortable around them, you must have already agreed to some astral realm terms and conditions that this is who you are when you're around a specific person. But remind you, you are a different person when you're around everybody else. Every time you're around somebody else, you take shape and form of how you should be around that person. So are you really being yourself? Are you genuinely the same around no matter who you around? Or are you switching your thought forms and feelings depicted on who you around? See, when you talk about planting seeds, this goes deep. But when I want to talk about industry plant, this is how an industry plant is created. And thanks to y'all, this is how industry plants are created. Now, I could take a higher road and say we need to stop industry plants like everybody else saying in the music industry and things of that nature. But y'all know my conscience is a little higher, so I have no choice but to blame y'all. And the reason I came to the conclusion that I could blame y'all is because there's too many people in the world that's not being themselves. So the thoughts that they have on their mind that would genuinely be themselves, that just go up and nowhere, and that goes into the etheric gas realm as a spirit bomb, and your ass never even experienced that, and then you let an industry see all this shit in the astral realm because they know about astrology and shit, and they're able to use your light source against you. And now you looking on the internet at a mirror as someone receiving a lot more benefits and residuals from an idea you created. And you see how that worked? And the industry plant themselves, 9 times out of 10, ain't even created. Ain't even creative. Look at all the music industry plants. Half of them don't even write their own music. All of them don't. That's where the pop concept came from. With pop music. Which that's just popular music, which we're taking that back. Hip-hop and musicians took that back now. But at one point in time, they took that and correlated to what I'm talking about. And now you got the concept of pop. But I'm going to end this video. But that's how an industry plant was created. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air.